Yes, sir. Why is there so much difference between China and five maritime Southeast Asian countries, Taipei, Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Vietnam, in culture and history, in inherited culture?
Yes. Actually, China and these five maritime Taipei, Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, Vietnam, this one is a different race. China is mainly Han tribes. They are major empire, empire. They are Han tribes. There's united tribes in China. And Taipei is really different. It's not Han tribes, different tribes. So by International Hydrographic Organization, IHO, defines Southeast Asia Sea as being Taiwan and south of Chinese mainland, east of Vietnam, west of Philippines, east of Malay Peninsula, extending up to the east entrance of the Strait of Singapore, south of the Bintan and Batam Islands, northeast of Sumatra, and north of Bangka, Belitung Islands, and Borneo. But when I say seas, Southeast Asia's sea, majorly five countries surrounded by that area. I'm talking about Southeast Asia Sea. So Southeast Asia Sea is also is known as South China Sea. So in the any maps we can talk about this, and then the location of South China Sea in Chinese Imperial Kingdom history during 1st century, 16th century, same location. Han, Tang, especially Tang Dynasty, non-high Chinese letter here. Non-high Chinese letter, this is South China Sea, non-high, Namhe. So this is Tang Dynasty. It's the one of the most prosperous, imperial China. All South China Sea is here, okay? There. Then Southeast Asia Sea, prehistory. Prehistory is like this. So maritime Southeast Sea is pre-time Austronesia. Austronesia we call, there is a United Austronesia like that. Malaysia, Philippines, and Vietnam, three. They only say United Austronesia. Austronesia have a history. So starting from Taiwan, there is a region. And then BC 5000, the sea level rise made Austronesia by Austronesian Taiwan. Sea level rise seriously make a global threat. Climate changes make this sea level up. The southern sea level rise during 5000 BC and 1500 BC in the Southeast Asia made the expansion of Austronesian from Taiwan starting move out. So global rate of SLR, sea level rise, observed by the long records of satellite altimeters 1993 and 2011, around 20 years survey by satellite, 3.11 mm year, with a mean rate of Southeast Asia slightly higher at 3.9 millimeter year. So 100 meter suddenly up is takes many years, and now suddenly 100 meter high, BC 5000 years. Southeast Asia sea level had been increased up to 120 meter during BC 25,000 year to BC 6,000 year. So here this is the time, and you can see C minus 120, and then 0 is 5,000 years, suddenly up. This is BC 25,000 to BC 6,000. The out of Taiwan model is accepted by the vast majority of professional researchers. By sudden highest sea level rise at BC 5000. An alternative theory points is out of Sundaland theory. This one is Indonesia, something starting from the, but it's minor theory. According to the most widely accepted theory, the ancestor of the modern day Austronesian, believed to have migrated southward from the East Asia mainland to Taiwan. So China's the south area to Taiwan, and then to the rest of maritime Southeast Asia. For better farmland, they migrate because sea level up and up, they move look for the island. The reconstruction of Taiwan, South China area from 14.5 to 6,000 years with the red asterisk indicator for the location of Liangdao Island. So red point is here. Taiwan is attached to the mainland China. And then here, right, Liangdao, slowly 10,000, 8,000, 6,000. Now far from mainland China. Change of sea level in prehistory Austronesian in Southeast Asia. So reconstruction of the shoreline location for the entire island of Southeast Asia from 21,000 to 6,000. You can see all attached to Vietnam and Philippines, Malaysia like that. It's like a lake. Very funny, you know. Then this 21,000 years. And then slowly sea level up. Taiwan, right? Taiwan moving out. And here, Vietnam and Malaysia. First Vietnam and Malaysia, Malacca over there, moving out. At the same time, Philippines and Taiwan far from here. And then make a strait here. Now, very much funny. And who study about BC 5,000 years? But to define Southeast Asia Sea, we have to know about this story. So possible land-based migration routes from Sabah to Philippines. So higher resolution plots from 14 to 8K. Malaysia and Philippines connected with Palawan, and then the other Mindanao side, and then far, and then now like that. So Sulu area and Palawan area. So this sea level up made the expansion of Austronesian Taiwan moved better farmland. So Austronesian migration from mainland China to Taiwan, so 4,000 to 6,000 years ago, according to current archaeological and linguistic evidence. So Austronization through maritime Southeast Asia Sea for better farmland. So sea like that. So Austronesian, they are moving. Then go Hawaii, then Sulawesi, then Malaysia. The other line is proposed Austroasiatic route. We don't interest about this line, Austronesian route. Austronesianization through maritime Southeast Asia Sea. What boat? They have outrigger boat. They're starting from Taiwanese, because they have to use southwest monsoon wind. That's why boat beside the one leg they can. This is starting. So all of this Southeast Asia area, they are still fishermen. They using this kind of outrigger boat. It's commonality. So this we say is we, not China. They are not this kind. We see the ship type. Then language different from Chinese language. Austronesian language they use like that. Bi, mi, we, li, we, si, he. Ku, gu, ng, tu, du, nu, pu. Bu, mu, yu, lu, wu, su, hu. A, e, o, ka, ka, nga, ta, da, na, pa, ba, ma. So Jawi in old Malay language is like this. Looks like Arabian language. Anyhow, Taiwanese moved to the south and southwest. So maritime Southeast Asia comprises the countries Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Taiwan, and Vietnam. Then Indonesia is more lower, so I only 5 countries. Mainly in Southeast Asia is Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia also, peninsula. So there were maritime Southeast Asia and maritime Southeast Asia Sea. In downward, Malaysia and Indonesia is an island Southeast Asia Sea. Islands there is. Micronesia, Melanesia, and Polynesia. Hawaii belongs to Polynesia. So there are commonality, 3-5 countries. So I can explain to you. Very interesting about tattoo. Different view. This sea belongs to Austronesian, not China. Surrounded by 5 countries. Their view of tattoo different. China also how to see the tattoo. Very interesting. About tattoo, Austronesian tattoo. Through tattoo and the ship, I will prove we are same, not China. And this sea belongs to us. Different meaning between Austronesian tattoo and Chinese tattoo. Taiwan is not China, and other country is not Chinese race-based country in history and culture. In Taiwan, the facial tattoos of Atayal people are called chasan. These tattoos signify that an adult man is capable of protecting his homeland, and that an adult woman is qualified to weave clothes and perform housekeeping. They have tattoo. Tattooing customs of the Taiwanese indigenous people were banned during Japanese rule. So very recently banned, because Japanese in China, also Korea, tattoo is the chop of slaves and sinners, burn iron, chop on the head actually. So very bad image, meaning I'm the thieves, I'm the killer, something like that. So banning Japanese, but for them is not their greatness and then mature their show. So tattooing customs of Taiwanese indigenous people were banned during Japanese rule. Tattoos symbolize nobility and bravery, honor and courage, symbol for Austronesians. So we can check Philippines how to think, Malaysia how they think, Vietnam how they think. Tattooing customs of Taiwanese indigenous people are banned during Japanese rule because Chinese kingdoms tattoo as a punishment, stamping the forehead with a burning iron for those who betray the emperor. Also, the practice of mo sing, tattooing faces of criminals has long since disappeared, meaning black ink, you are sinner like that. Traditional consensus in China, the tattoos are sign of bad people. Like this. Or Yue meaning barbarian, Chinese word. The stage of tattooed man with short hair from the para-Austronesian cultures of southern China. From the Zhejiang Provincial Museum, 2,100, 550. This looks like treated as barbarian Chinese. Special tribes, Yue, they call barbarian, Yue. They have, in southern China, they have a tattoo. Symbol of nobility and bravery. In ancient China, tattoos were considered a barbaric practice, or something like bandit, or something folk heroes, such as prisoners, tattoo such as prisoners, criminal faces, sometimes slaves, ownership, Choi, stamp is Choi slaves. Common Austronesian tattoo, how to do Austronesian. The body was pricked and marked with them until blood was drawn. Upon that, a black powder or soot made from pitch, which never faded, was put on. The whole body was not tattooed at one time, but it was done gradually. Taiwan is believed to be the homeland of all the Austronesian people, which includes Filipinos, Indonesians, Polynesians, and Malagasy people, all with strong tattoo traditions. How tattoo tools? For it was a custom among them and was a mark of nobility and bravery to tattoo the whole body from top to toe when they were of an age and strength sufficient to endure tortures of tattooing. What are tatau? Meaning tattoo, tatau is one of the many words meaning tattoo in the Samoan language, Samoan. Neolithic tattoo mark some body, right? BC 4900 starting. Polynesian, Marquis Islands, whole body, and back view of Samoan people. Samoan tattoo designs, beautiful. Tattoo is arms. Polynesian tattoo, they do nobility and bravery. Woman, now recently. Nananahan din nila ang banato. This one is the something Tagalog. Fiji at Tahiti. Hawaii, body, whole body, face. Inuit. Inuit is started Filipino. Inuit. Ilocano. Batanes. Cagayan. Igorot. Apo ano. So, common Austronesian tattoo, pintados, another inside dress. Wow, beautiful. Another inside dress, pinados, is very famous Filipino and Kalinga in the Philippines. The old woman, whole body. So our regal boat is Austronesian people like this. Very big outrigger boat. Java, 8th century. Java, they are used, invade other country, other island, neighbor country. Java was strong. Double outrigger boat for fighting. Single outrigger boat, single, one side. Polynesia, double outrigger, Philippines, double outrigger boat. Austronesian boat had 5 parts, bottom part and hold part, whole outrigger part. 17th century, Spanish built very large double outrigger warship. They imitate Southeast Asia outrigger boat. It's good for monsoon. So our Australasian outrigger boat is commonality of all these, Southeast Asian, maritime Southeast Asian countries. So we say we. So Hawaii also there are, I think it's Polynesian voyaging canoes, Fijian Drua, Indonesia Jukung, Boracay, Para, Palawan, Solomon Island, Tonga is very lousy. Cook Island, this Caroline Island, Fiji Island, Madagascar, Taiwan, Tao people, Taiwan, fishermen, Tataras. So, 5 maritime Southeast Asian countries, Taiwan, Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei, have been surrounded by Southeast Asia Sea. These countries share 3 commonalities: outrigger boats, tattoos, languages. Okay? It's enough to explain why this is we, not China. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.